Small disclaimer, I recorded this before the latest snapshot came out, which is why those mobs aren't in the video. Part 3 coming soon. Well, who would have thought it possible, but we're ranking baby mobs again. Let's go! Sorry, I'm a little hyper. I just watched the Daredevil Born Again Season 2 trailer. Not relevant, but it made me smile. But subscribe or I will hit you over the head with the dandelion. Speaking of dandelions, they actually did something everyone was asking for. They made a vanilla way to stop mobs from aging in Minecraft. Remember my last ranking video where all the mobs were babies? Well, I had to type in a command dozens of times to get them to stay that way and it was still broken. Now they've added what's called a golden dandelion. You can craft this by surrounding a dandelion in gold nuggets, and when interacting with mobs it will stay young forever. And if you feed them again, the aging process will resume. The mobs are not affected by this, such as the baby villager, the baby skeleton horse, the baby zombie horse, and the baby zombie. Thank you, Mojang. It's 17 years since release, but we got there in the end. Before we get to the new mobs, the chick has updated sound effects. Sounds like an actual chick now. Cute. Oh, and they still haven't updated the tamed baby wolf texture yet. Someone got a tweet arm. Maybe they'll get that done by next snapshot. Okay, to start off, we have the baby dolphin. Baby dolphin is called a calf, apparently. Does that make them the cows of the ocean? To be honest, it's not actually that different from the old baby dolphin. It has a stubbier nose and beady eyes, and the size is a little bigger, but other than that, it's practically the same. That being said, you can't tell that unless you actually think about it. And I think the new design is superior to the old one. Remember last video where a consistent complaint I had with the new baby animals was the beady eyes? Well, this time I think the beady eyes suit the baby dolphin. Therefore, I'll be giving it a 7 out of 10 because I do like it and I don't think there's anything that needs changing, but it's not a drastic change that's been made. Now this is a good one, the squidling. When I saw this thing, I was like, oh my gosh, they added baby squids. But then I looked it up and turns out baby squids have existed in Bedrock Edition for years. Apparently they were in Java, but I've yet to see evidence of that, so baby squids added. These things are very cute and much more visually appealing than the adult squids, and I suppose that would be the case. It's got tiny little tentacles and it's making a perfect circle with them. It's got very derpy eyes. I just can't help but give it a 10 out of 10. Well done, Mojang. We also have the baby glow squid. I know I usually give animals in the same category like cows and mushrooms and cats and ocelots the same ranking, but I feel like this is a special case so I need to bump it down a few points. I mean, the model is the same, but the glow squid, I mean, it's just... You know, when you see squids glow or not, your first instinct is just to kill them for the ink sacs and nothing else. Actually, much more so glow squids than regular squids. I mean, I like having glow ink sacs and I don't want them to be removed from the game or anything, but we could have had cool iceology. Possible ice magic. And to be honest, unless they added multiple colours for the Moo Bloom, I didn't really care for them all that much. I think it was Dream who rigged the vote for the glow squid, and so we got that. Again, happy for the glow ink sacs, but something about glow squids, man. Maybe if they actually glowed rather than with just a light source. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. I really can't explain why. I've been talking about the glow squid for longer than I thought I was gonna. Next up we have the baby turtles. These things look incredible. What do they look like on land? Very nice. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I like it, but there's something in my head telling me that it needs to earn that extra point. Next is the baby Next we have the baby axolotls. Ew, they look like mice running around. I wonder if they'll ever add mice to Minecraft. Whatever, not a drastic change to these guys either. They went back to the big head, small body for these guys. Do axolotls actually serve a purpose in the game? I've never used them before. They help players in combat regenerate your health and play dead when hurt? Really? Man, I've been sleeping on this. Perhaps I'll use axolotls more in the future. I want to give it a 5 out of 10 because the change is pretty small. Better than the old baby axolotl, but still small. But I don't want to give it a lower than the glow squid, so congrats axolotl, 7 out of 10. All horses have been updated / added. Here, I put a couple of baby horses in a pen. I didn't do all the variations because there are like 35 of them and I couldn't be bothered. But we're gonna rank them all as a whole here anyway, so who cares? Also, did they make horses bigger? Where horses were smaller before. I don't know, maybe I'm going crazy. You guys remember what the horse used to look like before 1.13? I really preferred that model. Those legs and that mouth and everything was just so much better. Plus the saddle was actually 3D. I think the new design is too simplistic, and the way they're going about the game these days, it might be time to finally bring the old model back. Anyway, baby horses. They've got very boxy faces. Actually, all of them do. And the mouth just can't compare to the pre 1.13 version. Although according to Google, a foal's head is typically disproportionate to the body, so it checks out. I've been going on about this for way too long. 4 out of 10. At first I thought that ranking did it dirty because it's lower than the glow squid, but I'm letting emotion cloud my judgments here. I can't get over the pre 1.13 horse. Let's run through the rest quickly. Baby skeleton horses never existed before this update, same with the baby zombie horses. I think it would actually be cool if zombie horses' flesh could rot off, somehow turning into a skeleton horse. I mean, think about it. A zombie is just a skeleton with the flesh still on. We could use honeycomb to stop that. We're gonna ignore my preferences to the pre 1.13 horse and instead just give it a 7 out of 10. You know what, zombie horses can have the same because my whole speech about zombies and skeletons being the same. I always wondered why donkeys didn't have manes. Guess they are smaller than horses. Smaller manes than the horses are the only part of the post 1.13 horse models that I can accept. Sorry, I'm doing it again. I remember going to the seaside when I was a kid and I rode a donkey there and it looked so miserable. Guess donkeys just don't really like it as much as horses do. You ever wonder how many animals we'd have had to ride before we found our horses were just cool with it? Feels what it set out to do, 7 out of 10. Are mules considered wrong in the horse community? Any ranchers out there, let me know how you feel about mules. They have beady eyes, which makes them look odd, but mules are a hybrid animal, so it makes sense, I guess. It does confuse me why there's only one type of mule, though, despite having 35 different horses. Telling me this and this are gonna make that. You also can't breed them together, just like real life, where they're considered infertile. 7 out of 10. I suppose I can get rid of a bunch of these now then. We've only got a couple more baby animals to update. Oh wait, there's still one I forgot last time. The baby goss. I like it. It grows up in stages and becomes a happy goss, which is cool. Not super simple to obtain, but at least that's not as annoying to find as a netherite upgrade. I do wish if you put lava on a dried ghost, it would turn into a normal ghost, and if only the happy ghost could actually defend you by like shooting snowballs or something. 9 out of 10. I like them. Anyway, that was part 2 of ranking every new baby mob in Minecraft. If they get around to updating the rest of the baby mobs, which I assume they're gonna do within the next few weeks, I'll make a part 3, so make sure to subscribe to see that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you when Jeb gives the green light to add vertical slabs.